Hi, this is Dr. Imtiaz. So today we will learn about carbon market. Yes, carbon has become a central issue in the corporate sector because it is directly linked to environmental, social, and governance, which is called ESG, performance and long-term business sustainability. Currently, companies generate carbon emissions through their operation, energy use, transportation, and supply chains, which contribute to climate change and environmental degradation. Under the environmental pillars of ESG, organizations are increasingly required to measure, disclose, and reduce their greenhouse gas emissions to demonstrate responsible environmental stewardship. Effective carbon management helps companies improve energy efficiency, adopt renewable energy, and reduce operational risk while complying with emerging climate regulations and global commitments such as Paris Agreement. So we will learn in detail. So we should start, I think. So here we have slide number first, that what are carbon markets? First, we have definition that carbon markets are systems where companies or countries buy and sell carbon emissions, allowances, or credits. What is the purpose of this? The goal is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by assigning a financial value to carbon pollution. Simple concept to understand is that pollute less, we will earn credits, and pollute more, we will buy credits. The real life example is in China. The government launched the China National Carbon Emissions Trading System, which is the largest carbon market in the world, covering thousands of power plants that must control their CO2 emissions. Now, the question arises that why carbon markets exist. Carbon markets help reduce emissions in a cost-effective and flexible way. The objectives include lower global CO2 emissions, encourage clean technology investment, support climate projects in developing countries, and help countries meet international climate commitments. The real life example for this is the Paris Agreement encourages countries to use carbon markets, which is mentioned in the Article 6, to achieve their climate target while cooperating globally. Here we have two main types of carbon markets. Because carbon markets help reduce emissions in a cost effective and flexible way, so we have, as I told you, that there are two main types of carbon market. One is compliance carbon markets, and second one is voluntary carbon markets. The first one is compliance market. Carbon market is are these are government regulated markets where companies must follow emission limits. Example is the European Union emissions trading system requires power plants and factories across European Union to buy or trade carbon allowances. The next is voluntary carbon markets. Companies voluntarily purchase carbon credits to offset emissions. Example for this is companies like Microsoft and Google buy carbon credit from projects such as reforestation and renewable energy projects to reach their net zero goals. Now, how carbon trading works? Carbon trading works under the principle called cap and trade. Steps for this is government sets a total emission cap. Number next step is companies receive or buy carbon allowances. Number next step is companies that reduce emissions sell extra allowances. And number four, companies exceeding limits buy additional credits. Real life example is in California. The California Cap and Trade program allows companies that reduce emissions to sell carbon credits to other industries. This is the simple mechanism that how carbon trading works. Now, why carbon markets matter? Carbon markets are becoming a major tool for global climate action. They help in reducing global greenhouse gas emissions, fund climate projects worldwide. Also, they encourage green innovations and they support companies achieving net zero targets. The real life example for this is airlines participating in CORSIA, Carbon Offsetting and Reduction Scheme for International Aviation, purchase carbon credits to offset emissions from international flights. The conclusion for this uh, our today's lecture, carbon market, is the future of carbon markets is carbon markets are becoming a powerful global tool to fight climate change by encouraging companies and countries to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. They create financial incentives for sustainability, helping industries transition toward clean energy, innovations, and low carbon technology. As global climate commitments increase under the Paris Agreement, carbon markets will play an even larger role in achieving net zero emissions. The key message for this is reduce emissions, support climate projects, and drive sustainable economic growth. Our final theme, our final thought is putting a price on carbon can help protect the planet while driving sustainable business transformation. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the lecture. Thanks. We will meet with another lecture. Thanks for watching.